Hello, welcome to Beth Roars, where we look at your favourite singers to find out what makes them them. This lady has been mentioned quite a lot in the comments, so I thought I'd check her out.
Quero te provocar. Descobri faz ano e tô te procurando pra dizer hoje a farsa vai acabar. Hoje não tem hora de ir embora.
Really low. I can't reach it.
Ele vai ficar. No momento deve estar feliz e achando que ganhou. Não perdi nada, acabei de me livrar. Com certeza.
Really interesting, some really beautiful rhythmic singing in there. Marília is from, I hope it's Marília? Could be. I hope I said it correctly. Is from Brazil, and this is in Portuguese. And she has such depth and warmth to her tone, but what's kind of unusual, I think, is that clarity. She has like such clarity. I don't know if you agree, but the bottom of that range, I can't even reach those low notes, and if I did, it wouldn't have that kind of punch to it as well. So she has such a balanced tone.
Ele vai atrás, mas com outra intenção. Tá sem casa, sem rumo e você é a única opção. E agora será que aguenta a barra sozinha? Se sabia de tudo, se vira, a culpa não é minha. O seu prêmio que não vale nada, estou te entregando. Pus as malas lá fora e ele ainda saiu chorando. Essa competição por amor só serviu pra me machucar. Tá na sua mão, você agora vai cuidar de um traidor. Me faça esse favor.
Yeah! Okay, so it doesn't feel that high, but I feel like her voice is definitely just lower than mine. And for her, she's getting that real drive and punch because it's kind of in her middle voice, whereas for me, it's still really in my chest voice. Now, what makes a voice lower or higher? Well, it's all to do with the size of your vocal cords. And the bigger your vocal cords are, the lower your voice can get. So, to get that really low notes, you know, your vocal cords are only as big as they can be. So it can be more difficult to learn to sing lower than it can be to learn to sing higher. Now, often most people don't start off with enough relaxation in their lower range. They kind of push into their lower range. So there can be a few notes found once you start singing in a more balanced way. But only to a certain extent, whereas theoretically, although there is of course going to be a point where you can't stretch it any higher, you could stretch your vocal cords tighter and tighter and get higher and higher. Maybe, you know, they're like a rubber band, you don't want to go too far. She's so relaxed.
Agora ela vai fazer o meu papel. Daqui um tempo você vai se acostumar. E aí vai ser a ela quem vai enganar. Você não vai mudar.
Yes. Her breath support is 100% on point. You can hear that because her tone is just, it's warm, it cuts through, it's so full sounding, it feels very solid and stable. And to get that sort of tone, it's going to be a lot about the breath. If you are putting too much breath through, then you'll probably end up with a breathy tone. If you are not using enough breath, it won't be supported, it might wobble. Sometimes actually weirdly, you can get a breathy tone when you're not using enough breath as well. But it's all about using the correct amount, making sure that you are breathing in a nice relaxed way. Often people, when they breathe in, kind of move up the way. So they do a but actually you don't want your body to get taller as you breathe in. You want it to get wider, 360 degrees. So it's as if your rib cage is a barrel, a kind of squidgy barrel, and as you breathe in, you want it to expand all the way around. Now, people often think of it just being forward as well, but if you think about it, your lung tissue is inside your rib cage with your diaphragm underneath, and your heart is at the front, so your heart's taking up a lot of space, but the back of your body is where most of your lung tissue is. So that back, that can really expand as well. So can you feel your back moving when you breathe in?
O seu prêmio que não vale nada estou te entregando. Pus as malas lá fora e ele ainda saiu chorando.
And it's that breath support that on these really fast rhythmic phrases is allowing her to be super, super accurate. If she was kind of pushing, it would make it really splashy, but she's really, really so precise.
Essa competição por amor só serviu pra me machucar. Tá na sua mão, você agora vai cuidar de traidor. Me faça esse favor.
I can really hear where she's placing it, and I can tell that she has a really raised soft palate. So if you put your tongue at the top of your mouth, you'll feel this hard bit here, and if you bring it back, it gets to a squidgy bit. Now if you yawn, you'll feel that kind of raise up. Now that's often when you yawn accompanied with a kind of tense tongue, and you don't want that. You want just that kind of feeling of but with a nice relaxed tongue. And as she reaches for that top note, she's kind of there with that big open space, a relaxed tongue, and a raised soft palate. I like her fast vibrato. That tone. From a vocal coach perspective, she has the most efficient tone I really have heard in a long time. Her balance is so spot on. She has warmth, yet it cuts through. Her breath support is great. And that precision that it gives her is fantastic. The ability to move really quickly on those rhythmic phrases using really sharp consonants. Dead on, spot on. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.